Hey, this video is just gonna be a chat. There's a lot going on. There's so much happening, and I've got a lot to share. And also, I've got to reveal some secrets because things have been happening behind the scenes you guys don't even know. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. We're a frugal homestead. We try to do things cheap or free up here, including building the homestead, buying the house, even buying the land. We're doing it all cheap or free. There's a lot of things coming our way. But there's a lot of things happening also that really boggles my mind. I mean, it just floors me. So this is just going to be a chat, a brief overview of what's happening on the homestead. So there's videos. I've got a lot of videos in the can that are already produced and ready to upload, but I'm only going to do one a day, one every other day. So I want you guys to enjoy the content. And I'm going to give you basically a hint and an overview about what's going on. And I'm going to tell you reveal some secrets, and finally reveal something I've been holding back. Actually, two things. No, there's three things. So let's get started. Yep, keep tuned in. I've got things going on in the garden already. We're not even into spring yet. This is the end of winter. Spring isn't until another week away. And I've been doing a lot in the greenhouse. I've been so busy. I like to put it, I've been busier than a one-armed paper hanger in a hurricane. That's busy. And because it's the season, the weather has afforded us to do some outdoor stuff. Yeah, check this out. My fruit trees have bloomed. Yes! So we're going to cover that in another video. Got some fencing done for the chicken yard. Yeah, that video's coming. Watch it. We got Easter bunnies on the homestead. Two of my rabbits took, and one had 7 babies, the other one had 6. We got baby rabbits, and the third bunny did not take. She's very hard to get to take. So I'm going to. I have plans for her, but don't worry. The plans are going to be kind, and she's going to a new home with the buck. Yes, I'm gifting them. And a guy wants to start a rabbit tree, but she can get pregnant. You just have to leave her in the cage for 3 days. Difficult times, but it is what it is. Also recapping, back here I have the squirrel cage set up, or skunk cage. I captured the skunk that was stealing all the eggs, got rid of him. Got my trail cam set up. We have mice. I got to set out some more bait, and my baking soda and cornbread mix is working great. In fact, those videos are so popular because everybody worldwide has problems with rodents, rats and mice, and I found the better way to get rid of them it'll protect it'll protect your livestock and your pets, and it doesn't harm them. It just harms the rats and the mice. And I've been having epic success. So check out those videos. But because of those videos and my other videos on how a poor man can build a farm for cheap or free, yeah, that video went viral, and plus how a poor man can buy cheap property, that video went viral. I currently have about 5 videos that have gone viral. So we just reached a huge milestone this week. We've got over 5 million views. Thank you guys. Thank you. So sometimes you come up with problems and you try to figure out the problems, work through those problems. My billy goats keep climbing over the fence. I don't want them climbing over the fence. I want them to stay there. So I have electric wire and electric chargers. I've got 3 different types, or 2 solar ones and 1 electric one. We're gonna hook them up. We're gonna put an electric wire up here to help them respect the fence and keep them where they need to. But I do have enough fencing to fence off this whole pasture for them so they have additional space to forage. I want them to be happy. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, and some of you may have noticed, I repainted the chicken coop. It's got a fresh coat of paint on it, first time in 9 years. This building was the first building I built on the homestead when I purchased it, before I even brought the house over. Between this and the other barn, we got burned on that one. Anyway, this was the first structure. The barn burnt to the ground. My bad, my fault, burnt to the ground, but we had insurance and we built the new barn because of it. And I came home today from doing my treasure hunting. Yeah, stay tuned for that. I've got some, I found my oars. Those of you who've been following us on my treasure hunting series, I went to the thrift store while I was in town, and score, not gonna say anymore, that's a new video. Anyway, the chicken coop is painted. I got a biddy that's broody. Yep, we got a broody biddy. And she's on a clutch of eggs, so we're gonna get more chickens. But I came home and I found this big yellow can sitting out here and 3 extra chickens. Yeah, we apparently adopted 3 chickens because my daughter's friend had to move. And where she's moving to, she can't have chickens. And she had 3 hens. I think they're astrolop. I'm not sure. So we're going to go ahead and accommodate them. I had an extra rooster. I always keep 2 roosters, an heir and a spare. But the spare was being chased off by the main rooster from all the hens. So he was getting action only while he could. But now, when I noticed that when he was introduced to the 3 new hens, those are his. The politics of the homestead. So we got 3 new hens, and they allegedly lay green eggs, so we could have green eggs and ham. Anyway, and yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. Hey, I did a couple of videos on St. Patty's Day. Check those videos out. They're coming. Yeah. Since I'm standing here in the chicken yard where the apiary is, found out I wrapped my beehives in styrofoam to keep them warm this winter, hoping that the bees would weather out the winter. And I at least have 3 hives that survive, so I'll be able to grow those hives. But this is the apiary. Bees are busy collecting food. I'm going to go ahead and put some sugar water in here to help them out, and then go to the market and buy some pollen patties to help them produce, so I could split more hives and sell extra hives. Since spring is coming, I had to separate the ducks and the geese, and then also do the fencing for the chickens to get everybody separated, because it's havoc around the homestead during breeding season. Separating the geese, oh my gosh, from the ducks, it's So anyway, I've got 2 geese that have clutches of eggs. They're sitting on them and they're incubating. So they're separated from the ducks. Then I got my 2 ducks with a drake, and 2 ducks have 2 different nests. And I'm waiting for them to start sitting. So we'll have baby. I'm letting them do the work this year. I'm not running an incubator this year. They're going to do it, or the eggs are going to spoil. But I have confidence in them. Fingers crossed. So we're going to have baby ducks, baby geese. We have baby rabbits. We're going to have baby chicks. And my goats are pregnant. So I'm watching the goats, watching their bellies when the kids start falling, dropping in the belly, and their ligaments on their tail becomes looser. We're getting really close, and we are getting really close. I think we're just a week away from kidding. Have Yeah, both girls seem to be doing fine. They're healthy. They're getting well fed. They're getting their nutrients that they need. And then also, I have a chicken that decided to lay her eggs up here in the manger. Okay, whatever. Hopefully she'll incubate those up there, but I don't know what's going on. But turkeys, we've got turkeys laying eggs too, and my turkeys are. I caught her setting on the eggs. So last year she was trying to incubate the eggs. So fingers crossed. Okay sign. Hopefully she's successful at hatching her own eggs, and that's what I'm shooting for. Is just doing it all natural this year. So that's it as far as an overview of what's going on the homestead with installing fencing, repairing fencing for the backyard, and then fortifying fencing for the goats. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Plus, all the procreation going on around the homestead this time of year. I mean, it is what it is. Now, let's get to the subject of stuff I've been holding back from you guys and been hesitant about talking to you guys about because I didn't feel the time was right on one subject. Another subject, I think I just need to tell you guys. And yet the third subject, we just got information today on moving forward with a project. So let's go talk about that. First of all, I served in the armed forces, and I was deployed to Korea, and I lived in Korea for a year, about 9 miles from North Korea and the DMZ. Well, they defoliated the whole DMZ area so they can see clearly North Koreans trying to advance across the borders. With that said, with me living there, I got exposed to Agent Orange. And being exposed to Agent Orange is causing a lot of health issues for me. But I'm not sitting back and whining about it. I'm just taking my life into my own hands and living my life the best I can. In fact, my mantra in How a Poor Man Can Buy Cheap Property, and this is my disability, is heart, among other things, is focus on your abilities and not your disabilities. I've managed to encourage so many people all over the world just with just that little statement, and it's just really helped them out of their pit. So I filing paperwork with the Veterans Administration and getting everything signed up. So now I'm covered. I'm okay. I'm covered. They're doing the right thing. They're taking care of me, which that's a relief that they are taking care of me. And as I age and this disease progresses, I'm becoming more aware of acute allergies, not only to medications, which they literally have killed me. 4 times they have killed me. In fact, I have to wear this medic alert necklace to alert somebody if they find me down. Do not give me this medications. They're going to kill me. So because of that, I now have to carry an EpiPen. So I have a couple of them. So if I need it, I have it. It'll help me. Fingers crossed, whatever. Anyway, we got that going on. And that's a good thing for me in my mind's eye, is that I've gotten everything prepared, and especially for my family, so it's easier on them. And I'm not such a burden on society, because losing all this weight and maintaining a healthy lifestyle and just changing everything what I choose to eat is helping. But it's not stopping, because I'm finding out, in spite of the acute allergies I'm having to medications, which they have literally killed me 4 times, I'm developing more and more allergies to foods. So I have to just really be cautious and careful about what I eat. And also, because of the nature of Agent Orange and the exposure to the chemical, and it's adjusting, compromising the body, I just have to watch and go in regularly to the doctor so they're watching me. So just struggling to try to stay healthy and fit, and bottom line, just enjoying my life the best to my ability and within my capabilities. I love filmmaking. I absolutely love vlogging. It's just, I've always loved it since I was very young. It's just something, it was my passion. I've always loved that. When I was a teenager, I went into drama class in high school and I did some plays. And that's where we're segueing into the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys is the when I was a teenager, I got a small part in a Walt Disney film. I worked with this guy called Art Linkletter and Ronald Reagan, Larry Wilcox, and Willie Ames. Those are the names I remember on the show that I worked with. And it was a Walt Disney movie. It's called Twister Bull from the Sky. That was my very first show. And so I got bit by the bug, you know. And so from teenager on through, it just so happened I've worked in off and on through the movie industry, both silver screen and TV. Did two reality shows, and those were both, well, one I volunteered for. It was Extreme Makeover Home Edition. I volunteered at night so they wouldn't capture me on camera, but they held me over because it was the final days of the shoot of the project. And so because of my artistic talents and what I was doing, yeah, this right here, I was painting murals for one of the boys' rooms. So they kept me over, and then the camera came in and caught me. It's just like, ugh. All right, but that was unintentional. And then the next one was because I have this YouTube vlog, I got invited to do a reality show for a TV show that I've never heard of before because we don't have TV up here. And it was for Discovery Channel's Homestead Rescue. So we did 2 episodes with them and a special. And I can't talk about this, but stay tuned. I think I can make an announcement here soon about yet something else I'm working on with Marty Rainey's, but just stay tuned. We'll keep that on the shelf. But something I can talk to you about. So I've been an actor off and on throughout all my life, most of my life. Kind of casual, nothing serious, just whatever, different movies. I was in a movie in Korea. When I was in Korea, living in Korea, I was in a movie there with Jacqueline Bisset, Omar Sharif, Richard Roundtree. I think it was called Incheon. It was filmed under the title of Lights of Incheon, and I'm in that movie. I'm in a movie with Richard Jekyll, who was the main guy in Dirty Dozen. Oh, epic movie, yes. And the crooner, Frankie Avalon, did a movie with him back in the day. It was a, it was a horror movie. Not a horror movie, a horror movie. So with that said, I'm kind of like looking at getting back into the career kind of casually, and I got cast in a movie. Last year we filmed the movie and just got the casting call. We're getting ready to have the casting party. The film is in the can. It's gonna get ready to be released. I play a dad. I mean, I had so much fun doing this show, so much fun doing this movie. So I play a dad. I have a short scene. Well, it's about, I think, I don't know how they edited it. It could be 3 to 4 minutes, maybe the whole scene, towards the end of the movie. I play a guy whose character's name is Frank, and I'm the main character's dad. So I had a lot of fun doing that show, lots of fun doing that show. It was a hoot, and it's kind of like unexpected, the genre. Anyway, it's tongue in cheek. It's a comedy, and that's why I say I had so much fun doing that show. Anyway, coming up, I'll reveal the name of the show. We filmed it under one title, but I know that's the working title. Whenever they film a movie, they have a working title, but the actual title, where it goes to shows, it has a final title, and yeah, stay tuned for that one. Anyway, there's one final thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this is a little bit on the serious side. I've been home a lot. In fact, I've been home, period. I can't work. They won't let me work, and it's because of my disabilities. I have the disabilities because of my chemical exposure, and because I worked in a hospital, they can't let me work there, especially with the new laws and rules that were handed down by the Supreme Court. So they're working with me on it, but I don't know how long it's gonna pan out. I really don't know. And then that's the mystery of it. I need to sit down. Right now, they're making me stay home from work, but I'm getting paid. They're paying me to stay home my wages, and I'm still earning the extra stuff on the side, like I am working at the hospital. So I've been drawing on years. I've worked there 17 years, and I've accumulated a lot of earned sick time, and so that's what they're paying me is the sick time. I've had over almost 500 hours, and so that's what I've been collecting since September or October when they finally told me to go home. With a tentative return to work date of January 17th, but they sent me another letter and said, no, we're going to extend that to March 27th. Well, March 27th is coming up real quick, and I have no idea what's going to go on, but the last documentation I got from them was once I exhaust the earned sick time, then I start collecting my my vacation pay. So I get to exhaust all that instead of losing it. A lot of employees lost all of that money, but I was fortunate enough to be able to sit back and collect it. Plus, I've been paying for short-term disability, and since this whole situation disabled me from being able to work, I may qualify for that insurance. So I'm going to be talking to somebody about continuing this at least until I'm ready to retire, which is full retirement age, and that is not until February 25th of 2025. That is my full retirement age, and that's when I intend to retire. So hopefully they can accommodate me for a little bit longer. That's why it's such a mystery. I've been going day to day, month to month, week to week. I don't. They don't communicate with me. I just don't know what's going to happen, and it's just a mystery. And that's the hardest for me, is not knowing what the finances are going to be from one month to the next. This month we're okay. Next month we're going to be okay, but the following months after that, after May, I do not know what's going on. It's a total mystery to me. But we might be okay because I've got other things in place. I've taken advantage of other things because when we started this whole adventure, I mentioned earlier how a poor man can buy cheap property. Yeah, we were homeless. I had no job. I had zero income for 4 years. And my family and I struggled big time. So when we finally got on our feet and I got a vocation to be able to go to work in the hospital, I started setting things up, contingency plans, just in case, because I never want to put my wife through that again, and I never want to put my kids through that again. But my son has his big boy pants on. My daughter has her big girl pants on, and they're living their life the way they live them because they are adults now. I am looking after my wife and myself. My mother-in-law collects retirement, so she's taken care of. But we have certain things to our advantage. So it's in the end, it's going to be okay. It'll be different, but it's going to be okay. We will continue going on homesteading. That may be our saving grace. Seriously. Is having the solar panels, the wind turbine, the backup generator, the big propane tank. We want to add another propane tank. Just having those things on hand. Having the garden, the greenhouse, and the livestock. That may be our saving grace because I can still raise livestock and food and sell those to meet whatever. I can even cut wood on my property and sell that and make up the difference to pay the homeowners taxes, towards the end of the year. So we've got money in the bank, if you will. So I've been setting things up. I've been trying to be wise and prudent on this whole thing. If you haven't heard of Dave Ramsey, I wonder if Dave Ramsey would be jealous of me right now. Because we came a long way in a very short period of time. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I wanted to give you guys an overview of the homestead, what's going on. Spring is springing next week, and the animals don't know any different. They're springing right now. They started springing a couple weeks ago. I have food in the garden growing. I got stuff in the greenhouse growing like crazy. Stay tuned to those videos. I cover those in detail about what's going on. The fencing, the improvements, treasure hunting. There's a whole plethora of different neat things that I've been doing because I have the time. So that's all I have to say on this subject. This is the, partial portion chat, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you guys got an idea of a little insight of what's going on here. Plus, we got the excitement of the new movie coming out. And that other project coming out with Marty Rainey's. We'll see how that goes. Don't know. Plus, there's that other thing going on down in California with that adjunct professor of psychology in Cal State University that's doing a project on me. Weird, awkward. Anyway, stay tuned for those announcements. You can do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon. That'll let you to new videos as I upload them. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Click that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms helps us out. It really does. We got 5 million views. More than 5 million views now. It's like, wow. That's awesome. Be safe. Always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.